There were times when I used to feel when I was younger, oh, I'm not getting my workout today. Oh, it was like the end of the world. Now I know that if I miss one day,
You're good. It's okay.
it's not the end of the world.
It's okay. I tell people that, for this lifestyle, you have to find balance. When you find balance, then it's sustainable.
Exactly.
Because when you're trying to do quick, you're going to crash.
Yeah.
Right? So there are days when I wake up and I'm like, I'll be in bed. I'm like, yeah, today I'm just going to rest. Even my PA will like, she messaged me on WhatsApp. She's like, Ma, are we going? I'm like, no, I'm chilling. You're listening to the Fetish Podcast, where we keep it cute, a little sweaty, and very real. People assume that fitness has an age limit. A lot of times, especially with women, after getting married, having kids, people assume that you should just be home, living a soft life. But I'm here to tell you that that's not the case anymore. These days, a lot of women are redefining what they think the aging process should look like when it comes to fitness. And so today with me is a special friend of mine, the beautiful, timeless beauty, I must add, elegant, strong, amazing human all round, Mrs. Alice Mbadiwe. Yay! Hi.
Hi, Oma. Thank you.
This is the way I hailed you.
I know. I mean, were you talking about me?
Yeah, because when I tell you how beautiful you are, you're always like, no. I'm like, yes, yes.
Thank you. Blush. Thank you. Thanks, Yvonne.
How are you?
Very well. Thank
Yeah. Did I miss anything else?
you. I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
All right. So I got it all. Fantastic. Welcome to my show, Fit-ish.
Thank you. Really
All right.
happy to be here.
So I do something with everyone.
Yeah.
I always ask them what they think about the word fit-ish. What comes to mind?
Okay. It's a very interesting word.
Okay.
And fetish makes me think sort of on the fence.
Okay. Fair enough.
You're not here, you're not there.
Okay.
You
Kind of just like it.
lukewarm,
Yeah.
trying, but not really sure
Yeah.
to go that way.
Oh, okay. Is that a good thing?
Well, it's a good start.
Okay. Cool.
And we can nudge you.
Okay. I can just give you a little push.
Exactly.
Okay, that's good. At least you didn't say it sounds like fetish because
No.
okay, I've had like my last two guests were like sounds like fetish. I'm like, no, it's spelled fit
Yeah.
with a hyphen ish.
And then ish.
So yeah. All right, cool. All right. Thank you for that. So, when I first introduced you, I was like, women are redefining what, fitness means to them when it comes to like, fitness and then just getting older as a woman, which we all do, we're all getting older, whatever.
True.
How do you feel, or what do you feel women are expected to, or do you feel that women are expected to tone it down after they hit a certain age?
Well, that's an old thing.
You think so?
Well, I mean, we have to make it so, and I think it's actually happening
Okay.
because in those days, it was, normal to expect a woman to have kids and put on weight and just allow life to happen to you.
Realize to have your
interest
yeah.
in maybe some of the things that you used to do. Just have your babies and age, probably age, get into your 60s, use a cane, 70s. You have
Use a cane.
Yeah, somebody carrying your things up to you and either. I don't think that that's the norm anymore.
Okay.
I think that women are becoming more woke, if I may use that word.
Yes.
With regards to,
Yeah.
fitness, aging,
Yeah.
the way they want to age.
Of course. I talk about, the fact that, and I tell women this, when I train them, when I used to train them, how after a certain amount of, like after a certain age, women begin to lose muscle, bone density. And it's very important to, work out, especially lifting weights to get your bones stronger. Like it's a given. You're still going to lose it, but at least you're not going to lose it a lot compared to if you were not doing anything, which is why sometimes when you see older people who never worked out, they're very frail, and when you're frail like that, you have a high chance of like falling and different things can happen. So it's really, really important to maintain that fitness level, right? Obviously, we're not asking that you can't obviously maintain it the same level of how you were in your 30s or your 20s, right? But at least you're doing something.
Yes.
Right. So what's your take on that?
Oh, I absolutely agree with you. Like you said, if you didn't even try to train, you're sedentary, you're not lifting any weights.
Yep.
As you age, the results are going to be there. You do, now stand the risk of having things like osteoporosis because you're not doing anything to make your bones dense. And if you're not lifting weights, you're not helping the muscle tone because
Of course.
we all do eventually start to have sarcopenia, which is muscle loss that starts from the age of 30. So in order to combat that, you just have to pick up the weights and lift them.
Yeah.
Get into a routine. And like you said, it doesn't have to be like hectic or anything. It's not like you're bodybuilding or competing.
Exactly.
You just, do what's enough progressively.
Because I see you in the gym and you're lifting weight. I mean, look at those arms. They're super toned. If I ask you to flex for me now, you'll not flex. So I'm not even going to ask you.
Well, thank you, Iwoma, because I do want to keep as much muscle as and I see how the muscles reduce with time, whether you like it or not. So yeah, it's important to keep training.
Yeah.
To maintain what you have.
Yeah.
I kind of think of it like like prevention. You start preventing the
Yeah.
and then at some point when you're older, trying to maintain
it. Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Because even for me, when I was younger, I would avoid lifting a lot because I could build muscle like real quick.
Yes.
Right. But now as I get older, I don't build as you know what I mean? Like,
Quick,
as quickly as I used to. Yeah. So that's something to always keep in mind.
Yes.
So what's your relationship been like with your body? Let's say from like the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and now, I mean, you look like you're what? I'm not even gonna ask your age, but you look amazing. But what has your relationship been like? For those age.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a heck of a ride.
Yeah.
And it's been varied because it's also a mental thing,
Right.
aside from even a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily for me, I was always passionate about
Of course.
exercise and fitness. And then in my 20s and 30s, it was about doing as much cardio as I could. It was about being as skinny, as one could.
Yes, back then.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't want any fat on your body. You want it to look slim and so on and so forth. And then in my 40s, I discovered lifting. And I ran into, I would say late 30s, 40s. I ran into a book about bodybuilding. And there were these gorgeous women with beautifully curved muscles. And I was like, I want that,
Did you ever compete?
I tried. Well, I'm going to get there.
Okay, go ahead.
So I lifted weights. And then, of course, that was the next thing. I'd like to probably bodybuild and, compete. At that point in my life, I was outside the country, where I guess thoughts like that was sort of easier to entertain. And then, but I think somewhere along the line, I picked up some injuries.
Okay.
I know I got a hernia.
Mm-hmm. That happens.
Yeah, I got a hernia from pushing. And also,
That's the other side of this lifestyle that people don't talk about a lot.
that is it.
Yeah.
And then I hadn't become a professional. And so probably I wasn't doing the best I could in terms of my form.
Okay.
So anyway, picked up some injuries around my 40s, 50s. I had to sort of pull back a little bit in terms of, okay, I mean, the thought of competing even flew out of my head because
You can still. I've seen women who do it.
I could. I probably could.
I'll totally come and attend and support you.
Well,
I'll be like front stage, like.
We'll be front stage. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Yeah. Okay. Because sorry, go ahead. No, go
I was
ahead.
going to say that in my 50s, I began to realize that being that skinny wasn't really
Wasn't the best.
the best for so many reasons. First of all, I didn't think I looked as good as I could because you know you
Yes.
need some fat to bump your
Yes,
skin
you
up.
do. You do.
Turns out like no, I it's a bit too much.
Right.
And so I thought, okay, maybe tone down a little bit on the cardio, do more of the
The lifting.
weightlifting, use some supplements,
Yeah.
and so on. By the time I got to my 60s, I realized that it wasn't now, it was now about trying to maintain the muscle that I have because I could see my muscles dissipating and there was nothing I could do about it.
Right, right.
And I woke up one day and I was like, where are my traps?
Wow, really?
Really?
Wow.
And it's not that it's a slow thing. It's just that you wake up one day and you're like, this doesn't fit.
Because those straps are like, for me personally, right? So because I don't wear sleeveless like you, right? But if I do wear sleeveless, you know I actually because my traps are like they've been there for God knows like for so long since I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what really defined me as like a, as a fitness person, someone who lifts weights, because people see me at the gym. Like I was at the gym, I think it was Friday, and this guy walked up to me and he goes, wow, you must have been working out a long time. I was like, why? He goes, because if your body, I could tell. And I was wearing this super tight top. So I knew he probably saw like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just thinking to myself, if I wake up one day and I can't find it, then I'm like,
It's going to
okay,
happen.
all right.
No, it won't go completely. I mean, you'll still keep lifting.
Of course, yes.
But everything is now going to be, well, for me, it was also within the framework of what my body was allowing me to do.
Of course. Yes.
I found out that, okay, first of all, I started training legs a bit more. I was backing off from that because of knees, not very strong knees, also my back, and, changed the way I was training, thinking more of training safely
Yes.
and training so that I could keep training till
For
the
life.
day I die
Yes.
by
Yes.
this race. So now it's also not about how heavy, because
Yes.
the heavier you lift doesn't mean that you're going to build up. It's about training smart and all that.
Yes.
So things have changed over time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And more importantly, I realized that there were times when I used to feel when I was younger, oh, I'm not getting my workout today. Oh, it was like the end of the world. Now I know that if I miss one day,
You're good. It's okay.
it's not the end of the world.
It's okay. I tell people that, for this lifestyle, you have to find balance. When you find balance, then it's sustainable.
Exactly.
Because when you're trying to do quick, you're going to crash.
Yeah.
Right? So there are days when I wake up and I'm like, I'll be in bed. I'm like, yeah, today I'm just going to rest. Even my PA will be like, she messaged me on WhatsApp. She's like, Ma, are we going? I'm like, I'm just like, no, I'm chilling. Because then I'm listening to my body, and I do agree with you that as we get older, you're more prone to like injuries if you continue lifting, certain, heavy weights or whatever. I know that I've had like back injuries. Like we've had these conversations, right? And so for me now, I feel like I have nothing else to prove. There were times like as far back as not even too far, 5 years ago when I'll be like dead, like squatting like 100 plus, deadlifting 120 kg. I could still do it today, but it's just not for me. I have nothing to prove. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like going to compete or anything. Of course there are times when you want to kind of like check out your strength level to see if you still got it. But aside that, I think it's just best to train smart. Yeah, it's yeah. So now, I think a lot of things, of course, every woman will experience this is menopause.
Yeah.
Perimenopause, I think that's what the term would be, right? For certain age. And when yours started, did you feel the need to adjust your workout? Because I feel like, once that hits, right? Everything that you were doing that was giving you those results might not give you those, like your body still changes.
Yeah.
As women, we rack up like weight on the tummy area. We don't lose weight that quickly anymore. We get tired to work out, those kind of things, right? So how was yours though? And how did you combat that?
Okay, so I would say that I was lucky. Yeah, so the different
It's the lifestyle. No, for real.
The different aspects.
Alice, it's the lifestyle.
No,
Don't tell me you didn't even notice yours, right?
well,
Because I've heard people talk about like perimenopause and like, they're sweating, they're doing this, they're doing that,
I
and
agree.
yeah.
Yes. I think I was lucky in there were aspects I didn't notice too much in terms of some of the hormonal changes that made you have like obviously your estrogen and your progesterone are dropping. Some people get really bad sweats, anxiety, depression, and they can really feel bad about
Right.
things. I don't really think I had much of that. I'm not going to say that.
Fantastic. I hope people are listening
What
because, yeah.
what I did notice was um over time, I started to feel like I needed more time to recover from my workouts.
Okay.
Before I could do my cardio, lift my weights, do an hour and a half of Bikram yoga, and ready to, take a brisk walk and then back at it the next
The next day.
But now I know that I need to do it and then take a rest. And even if I subject myself to that sort of training, I'm not going to train at maximum. So there's really no point.
Okay.
And
Well, I'm excited.
my body.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
There's hope for you, right? Lifestyle, man.
Yeah, lifestyle. Lifestyle does matter, So now in my bio, right? If you have me send you a bio of myself,
Yeah.
I never miss the part where I talk about how this lifestyle started for me and my siblings, right? And it was from my parents. So my dad, who worked for Total, played lawn tennis, right? And he played football.
Yeah.
And then my mom was a physical ed teacher, you can imagine. So both of them got all of us into like, working out, sports, whatever the case may be. I'm doing the same for my daughter, who is also picked up like fitness. Like she wakes up in the morning at 4 a.m. She does her workout before she goes to school, and I tell parents that, yeah, we want our kids to be successful. We want them to be doctors, lawyers, entertainers, entrepreneurs, whatever the case may be. But there's one thing that is also important, is instilling this lifestyle in them. Because if there's one thing I know for sure, is that I know that I have a child who tomorrow, if she sees sugar or honey, she'll go for honey.
Yeah.
Do you understand? She knows, I can't have too much sugar, I need vegetables in my food, and I don't have to worry about it. So what's your take? How did you encourage your kids as well? Because I know your sons come to the gym and they work out, right?
Yes.
Was that something that you did for them as well?
I would say absolutely yes, to
Okay.
a very large degree. The interesting thing is, well, for me, it's funny you should say your dad. For me, my fitness journey started with my dad, my late dad, business. So, in the most unlikeliest manner. And so, Daddy bought me a book. Then I was in secondary school, and that book said the title of the book was "Flatten Your Stomach in 5 days." I mean, as if this was a very long time ago. I was in April. You know what I mean? It piqued my senses because then I was like, okay, so you can do this. As a teenager, I grew really quick, and my classmates used to call me elephant power and so on because I grew tall and big, and I wasn't like fat, but I was big for my age. So that got me into thinking about fitness and then trying to train a little bit and
Right.
exercise. And interestingly, when I was in law school, because I read law,
Oh yeah.
I used to
I always
take.
forget that too. See, when I asked you, I missed something in when I was introducing you.
I forgot
That's that's that.
myself. I used to take my
I'll get back to that in a bit.
I used to take my hostel mates in aerobics. Just then. Well, I wasn't even thinking about it as such, but it was just something I did. So over time, it evolved and I eventually became a professional. The thing with children is that it's not always about what you tell them to do. It's also about your example.
Yep, what you show
That's
them.
how you mentor.
Yep, that's it.
Now,
Because you can't tell kids.
no,
You can't tell. They just watch you.
they don't listen. And also, interestingly, as my kids grew up, they were mostly like heavy on the heavy side, but I wasn't having it. So, had some discussions as like, you have to go and I'm going to register you in the gym. And then that's how the fitness journey began. And then before you know it, everybody else picks it up.
Yeah.
And of course, they've seen the way mommy is eating. So literally all my kids are in the gym, except maybe for one who he used to do a lot of running, but he's lucky he has
Good
genes. He
you.
doesn't
Is
get
that the younger boy?
no.
But that one worked out.
Yeah, they all do except for
Yeah.
OG. Forgive me. They all do except for OG. He keeps promising.
Was that Harry? No, I don't think so.
He's the one after the twins. Probably not.
Then there's another one after him.
Yes.
That's the other one that works out.
Odera.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So there's one that
So
there's one I haven't met.
Twins. There's
Okay.
Odera. And then my daughter used to be really huge in her teen years.
Okay.
You know, I was very, very worried. But now I too can't stop her. She's either running or walking or knitting or skipping or so. And my youngest son, you know, well, they're not little anymore. So everybody's, you know, trying to eat healthy and
Yeah.
you
You know,
train.
we also think, I think those are one of the benefits that has, come up with social media as well.
Yeah.
Kids are able to see, people working out. Like my daughter's friends would come to visit and they were asking me all these fitness questions like,
Yeah.
hi, Ma, can you, I want to do this, I want to do that. What do you think? And they're asking me all these questions, right?
Yeah.
And when I think I had a talk in her school one time and I kind of brought that up as well, in terms of like kids being healthy and things like that, and she's always quick to like share with her friends. They will call her for like tips, and she does that. So I'm excited to see, who she'll become in that fitness space. I feel like she'll probably like follow after me.
No, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I feel that way.
Unlikely.
Yeah. So now, do you feel like this? So this is something very interesting. Do you feel like there's pressure to maintain a certain look, especially in this industry? And how do you manage it? Like, as a fitness person, right?
Yeah.
You have to have the look.
Mm.
Like you said, back in your younger days, in your 20s, the look then was being skinny.
Yeah.
Right? It was looking like the girls in the magazines. Right? Now, the look now is fit thick, right? So it's hilarious. And I remember years ago when then I was still in the States and I came back to visit my parents and I was like super fit, right? Like abs ripped. And I think that year I was trying to compete actually. So I was training to compete for a physique competition in Connecticut. So I was ripped. I had this top, my abs were popping, I had no tummy. And my sister said to me, you need to know, like, guys in Nigeria, they like, thick girls or whatever, So I used to get very uncomfortable when I would come to, because I was always like too much muscle or whatever. So in our industry, right, do you think there's a pressure? Do you think there's pressure to maintain a certain look? Because obviously as, trainers or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You have to look apart. Like for me, let me give a scenario. I was at a party one time and I think I had a Ashwebi or something. I had an outfit, not like a super fit, tight outfit, right? And it was like a client of mine. It was her birthday party. So she was introducing her friends as her trainer.
Yeah.
And you could see these people looking at me like, and she was like, don't worry, when you see her in her gym wear.
She had to make an excuse.
And even like, and to be honest, like I've got to, even as much as last night I was at a party and I'd seen these guys that come to my gym, right? And it's funny because they always say that I look, it's like a different person when I'm in the gym and when I'm out, right? Both the look, the courage, because when I'm in the gym, I'm super serious.
Yeah.
When I'm out, I'm like bubbly and I want to have fun, right?
Yeah.
So I've always battled with, let me give you another example. I have loads of examples. I remember one time I was at the gym and this girl comes in, a trainer was kind of like showing her around or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know what he came and told me that he said to her that I'm a trainer or something. And then she was like, that person. And then after he said that, I went into a pull-up.
Yeah.
I didn't know. He was just telling me how funny it was. And I was really, she was looking at me like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because, I feel like your look or your physique shouldn't actually define you know, you get my point.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that?
Well, okay. I think there are two ways to look at it.
Okay.
Number one is you kind of want to look like you're practicing what you're preaching.
Of course.
So if you're doing this, you're a trainer, and obviously you want to have your clients, and whether you like it or not, they say the eye eats first, isn't it? For I don't know, the mouth. So your appearance can, actually make someone feel or believe that you know what you're doing,
Right.
you're a trainer, and so on. But then that's not always the case, because you could because you look a certain way doesn't mean that you actually know what you're doing as a trainer. Um, you can also not look like you're muscle bound and still be stronger than somebody who looks different.
Yeah.
But I think that I would prefer to look like I am a trainer
Okay. All right.
around.
Fair enough.
Just as an example, not just because it could be an inspiration or an example to somebody else, but that's my preference.
Okay. And then also, people, obviously people that are not very in tune with the lifestyle and the importance of it, right? Might see someone who is skinny in the gym and they're like, why are you at the gym?
Very
You get, right?
Mama, very
I mean,
true.
aside from the fact that there are skinny girls that want to be thick,
Yeah.
right? And then everybody has a headache. Then there are thick girls that want to be skinny, right? You can't have it all.
No.
You can't, because I've had clients who I train just to get thick,
Yeah.
right? Or look like me,
Yeah.
and then I have clients who want to be skinny and look like them,
Yes.
right? But this one thing that we can all agree is that, that lifestyle is not defined by how you look really, because like I said, there are skinny girls that have never lifted weights before, they're super unhealthy, and then there are bigger girls that work out every day at the gym, because sometimes it's genetics,
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Somebody had sent me a video, and it was, I don't know, I think that video sort of went viral. It was a lady in a gold dress, and she was dancing, and she came all the way down to her knees, and she was gyrating. And so this lady says to me, can you be fat and be fit?
Mm.
I'm like, hell yes, you can be. I mean, look, she's got good knees.
Good
That
knees.
couldn't do that.
Yeah.
She's more, she has mobility.
Of course.
She can come down.
Probably does a lot of stretches.
Who knows? Maybe even yoga. Sometimes you see some really big
Right. Yeah.
stretch and everything.
Yeah.
So
I've seen some, I've seen some fake
yeah,
yoga instructors.
yeah,
And I was
true.
just like, wow. Yeah.
How did that?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it can go either way. I prefer to sort of look the part.
Okay.
Ultimately, I
Okay.
think.
So, share with us what routine you do that makes you look like this as you get older. I want to know, from your food to your workout. No, workouts I know, but food, I'm curious.
Okay. So with food, I have to say that I'm boring when it comes to my choice of foods. I cycle the same things like over and over.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm a boring eater.
Oh, it's crazy. I
That's so
tend
funny.
to stay away from overly processed foods.
Yes, of course. I agree.
I would do my salad, chicken, I would do I enjoy my soup, like vegetable soups, but then I would probably have it with a vegetable fufu.
Okay. I don't even use to swallow. I lick my soup.
Yeah.
When my chef
Because
comes, she makes my soup and I just don't but what I do is I have her make it heavy. So if
Okay.
I put like snails, stockfish, dry fish, more, I put all that stuff that, that chewy,
Yeah.
but I just lick it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever swallowed anything.
Hmm.
3 years. And that's me being light. 3 years. And that's just me being light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I sometimes would like something, because maybe that would just be my meal for a day. So I would probably have make some sort of fufu with aubergine.
Oh, interesting. Never heard of that. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because you get to put your
How about oatmeal? No.
no.
There's this whole thing about oatmeal,
That's
that it's not super healthy.
one day
Yeah.
you hear it help,
Oh, this tiring.
you hear it's
Do you understand?
horses food and so on. But
Or plantain flour. Like, I want to write plantain flour.
yeah,
Yeah, my parents do that.
yeah, no, but those are not. It's not that they're bad. They're right. It's just my preference.
Okay.
I'd rather do the vegetable fufu with the soup, because I tend to do more protein than carbs.
Okay.
Ideally.
Okay. Yes, me
When
too.
I do just protein, I kind of struggle with lifting,
Yeah.
training hard.
Yes.
So I do my veggies, I do my chicken, my protein. I try to make sure that I'm eating enough protein.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so obsessive that I'm measuring my
Oh
grams of
my God, I
protein. No,
can't.
I'm just
You can't pay me to do that thing.
it's
It's not, again, it's one of those things that when I talk about things that are sustainable, that's not sustainable.
exactly.
People do that, and I'm just like, I don't have time to measure. And I think also by the time you stay consistent with something,
Yeah.
you pretty much have an idea of your
Of what
quantity,
you're
right?
eating.
You know, whether it's having a plate size that says, okay, if this plate is full, then this is what I'm eating, or at least you know.
Yeah.
Because even for me, I also am high in protein.
Yeah.
But then I would throw in carbs when I feel like, okay, you know what, my body needs it, because then maybe I'm at the gym and I don't really feel
That energy.
Then when I come back, I know, okay, today I'm gonna have carbs, right? Maybe I'd even have like rice, you know, it's because it's just like a one-off thing. And that's something that I also tell people, that as long as it's not a pattern, you can get away with it. If you have rice once a week, you know, something like, you're okay. It's just the people that have it every day.
Yeah.
You know, that's where the problem, lies.
Much, yeah. I think for me it's mental. I avoid rice. Not because it's bad, it's just in my brain.
I know.
Not eating rice.
No.
So I would probably do something like sweet potato. Yes, I must. And like I said, the veggies, the soup with the, and then for extra protein, I would have some Greek yogurt,
Yeah.
throwing some nuts
Yeah.
in it. And honestly, that's the long and short of it. That's why I say
You can make it fun. It's
not-
not
not
boring though.
something else I like.
Yeah, it's not boring though, because you can make it fun. Because like, so for me, it's not really like I have a cheat day or a cheat meal, but I think if I look back now, I think I do. And I'll tell you why. Because my chef comes on the weekends to cook, right? And then she'll prep the food for the week.
Yeah.
And she makes my food and my daughter's food. So when she's done, she displays everything in the kitchen.
Okay.
From, vegetable soup, jollof rice, chicken wings, minced meat with vegetables. So in that moment,
Yeah.
I'll just take my biggest plate like this. I'll just put
A bit of everything.
of everything, and guilt-free, I eat it. Especially the jollof rice, because it's nice. And then when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
Right? The rest of the week, I have my food and I'm just eating, right? And so again, it has to be sustainable. And I think that's where people tend to, fall back on, and of course, yeah, it's boring, but, I was speaking to a friend of mine last week. We were having a conversation, and I said, what you see in my fridge is something that I'm very conscious when I go shopping. I'm not like, oh, plantain chips, oh,
Yeah.
cookies.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm buying, and whatever I see in my fridge is what I'm gonna eat.
Yeah.
So if I'm craving something at 12 a.m. and I have pear and I have Greek yogurt and I have, maybe depending if it's mango season, right?
Yep.
That's what I'm gonna eat. But guess what? That works for my body too, and it's not too much. Even if I was craving chocolate or ice cream, I won't see it because it's not in my fridge,
Okay.
right? So I have Greek yogurt. With the Greek yogurt, right? Obviously I'm lactose intolerant, so there's only one specific one that I have to buy.
Okay.
It's super expensive, but it's totally worth it. It's like
Which one
40K.
is that?
It's like I can't do ads here, but I would have shown it to you. I get it from delis, right? There's one for 25K and one for 40K, right? So sometimes when they run out of this, I have to buy this, right? And I put it in my cup. I put like what's it called? Granola,
Mhm.
right? Some I put like it's so funny. I put like coconuts. So I break coconuts and I chop it.
Okay.
I put it in there, and then I
Sounds
put like
very filling.
very filling, and I put like skim milk, right? And I put honey. Sometimes I can put like cranberry like raisins,
Okay.
and then I put a scoop of my whey protein. Yeah,
It's deadly.
deadly. That thing tastes like ice cream. I swear to God. So if you can, there are things that you can do to still maintain that life. Yeah, that healthy eating or whatever. Yeah. All right. So I guess my next question is, what advice would you give to young women, who are trying to get in the lifestyle, or who about loving their bodies and just, yeah. Because it's one thing to, I always, you first of all, to even be in this lifestyle, right? whether you're thick, you're skinny, whatever, you first have to love yourself and your body, right? So you can't hate the body that you're trying to change. So what advice would you give to?
Okay, so first of all, your body, whatever kind of body you have, is meant to last you your lifetime. Hopefully, you're going to live into your 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond.
Hundreds.
So, yeah, it's very important that you love that body and you take care of your body. There are so many aspects to you as a person, as a woman, your mental health, your physical health, spiritual health. Am I missing anything?
Mental, physical, spiritual. That's pretty much.
Yeah, so holistic.
Yeah, the totality of it.
So it's got to be holistic. I'll start with the physical. If you imagine your body and the way God has made us, we've got all these, I can't take that picture out of my head, all the tiny little joints in your fingers, your toes, the bigger joints, they are there to move, So we have been created to be creatures of movement.
Yes.
And so you must move your body somehow. Start early, right? It's not something you do later. The sooner you start, the better it is for you later on down the line. The benefits will come. You start moving your body, be it walking, be it swimming, be it cycling.
Whatever works.
Whatever it is that you can do that will make you move your body. Even housework can be part of it. So make sure that you're getting your exercise. Make sure that you start to strength train. That is so crucial because studies are showing us now that as we age, lifting and having strong muscles are beneficial for us. Gives you a strong body, helps you prevent, some of these diseases and, problems that come with, aging. Because you want to live, be 18, 90 and enjoy your life. You don't want people carrying you around. So it's very important that you're lifting. Please don't go and ego lift and just start to lift because make sure you know what you're doing. And if you don't, seek help.
Right.
And in the process of your fitness or in that journey, if you do have injuries, and definitely if you have that lifestyle, occasionally you're going to pick up, injuries here and there. It's important that you allow your body to
heal,
to
recover.
heal. Yes, if you don't allow your body to heal, the injuries and things will just become recurrent and then you're stuck with them for life. So yeah, make sure you're doing that. You're drinking a lot of water. What else?
Water is key.
Weights. Water is very important. You are also not missing on your flexibility, your stretches.
Yeah.
Dynamic stretching before your exercise, your static stretching after your exercise, so that you are open and your muscles are flexible. And
soft and elastic and ready to,
exactly. I think that if you do that, you should be able to age gracefully, slow down signs of aging, and be well.
Be well. Yeah. Because aging, everything to do with the physical look starts from the inside.
Yeah.
There was something you said that kind of, when you say things, it opens up like something else I want to talk about, right?
Yes.
You said something like even when you're home, certain things you do at home can be a workout, right?
It can be.
Now, somebody could argue that, why do we have to work out now? Back in the days, the older generation didn't do that, right? But then we forget that back in the days, our grandparents didn't have to work out because my grandfather would literally walk to the farm. He would ride his bike to the farm. He would cultivate stuff in the farm. Like all those things are like they're workouts.
They're all part of the
which is
movement.
Do you know the workouts that are like hammer whatever? What's that workout called? Like a hammer?
And you're the one.
Yeah.
You're hitting.
Yeah. So imagine them using that.
That's physical labor.
Do you understand? So they did that as part of their lifestyle, and so there wasn't any need to have. Actually, I'm pretty sure that as a result of that lifestyle, people were able to build gym equipment. If you think about it, right? You're squatting, you carry the water bucket on your head.
Yeah.
When you go to the lake to fetch water, you have to carry that bucket on your head.
Yeah.
You have to carry a log of wood on your shoulders.
True. Yeah.
So they had those things for them. We don't have it now. Now we're in the car, we're home.
Soft life.
Soft life. now there's remote work cells to add to it.
Yeah.
So you're sitting down and you're sedentary for like 8 hours. Like I work remote. So I work like sometimes I'm sitting for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
And when I first started and I kind of went back to remote work, I had to change my lifestyle. I had to understand that, I'm no longer, walking around a lot. Now I have to sit.
Yeah.
Right. So I had to adjust, my exercise routines, to understand that. At first, I was having a hard time. So I would have to set like an alarm on my phone to tell me to get up and move around.
Yeah.
Of course, I bought this desk that stand, but I've never had to take it up. All right. So, now we're moving on, and I do have a part that I did share with you before you got here. They're called like quick fire questions, right? They're really fun.
Gary, okay.
It's like yes or no,
Yeah.
and then if you want to kind of get into it, that's okay.
Okay.
All right. So I feel like this first question, I probably know the answer because I see you at the gym.
Okay.
All right. So gym selfies after every workout.
No.
No, I do. Well, I've never seen you do it.
I wish I did that though, but
You should. I think you'd be so cute.
and I'm right.
Yeah, I think you
I keep
should.
telling myself that. But
I feel like you have a huge target audience, right? That you still have like so much you can reach.
good, right?
Yeah. A little side post.
Yeah. Wait,
I could show you. A little.
I'd be very glad to actually learn.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing with my camera. I mean, for the first time after a class, it was one of my students that told me that you could take a picture in the mirror. Wait, I'm a baby boomer. What can I say?
But all right. So can you share your skincare routine with us?
Oh yes, skincare. It's something I'm really big on.
Yeah.
I'm very particular about cleansing before bed,
Mm-hmm.
toning, and I do use actives.
Okay.
Because the lines are coming. So I use things like retinol,
Okay.
and once I use hyaluronic acid for hydration.
Yes.
And at my age now, I am using a hydrating cleanser
Okay. Yeah.
because my skin needs, so it's about hydration, and the one thing I never skip is my sunscreen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to have that something, whether
Yeah.
it's sunny or not.
Or not,
because
yeah.
I believe that you know, we've been told, and I think it's true, that the sun is one of the biggest aging factors out there. So you have to protect you. But I've noticed it's not that it protects it 100%.
No.
I think it helps
It helps, yes.
because you still see some pigmentation,
Yeah.
especially if you're using like actives.
Yes.
you know.
Yes.
So I do that. Once in a while, I will use my small derma roller.
Okay.
Once or twice a week, I use a derma roller just to roller, I beg your pardon, just to encourage collagen. I take collagen powder on and off.
That's like that's a no-brainer for me. That's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes these things can really add up in terms of expense, but I try to do that. And I use a vitamin C serum in the mornings too for brightening. So depending on what's going on with my skin, I could use different, but I believe in those actives because I think that they make a difference to your skin.
Okay. I was saying to my daughter, we're having a chat yesterday. She had a hangout with her friends.
Okay.
She's like, "Mommy, my friends were like, oh my God, you have so much skincare, your skincare products in your bathroom, right?" And she's like, "You should go to my mom's bathroom. It's like a store." I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, I do believe in having like a skincare routine that is sustainable as well, because they can be pricey, but I think that just having the right ones, very, very important. Obviously not bleaching, but like the right skincare. People always ask me all the time, what skincare products do you use? Again, everything starts from the internal. I always say drink lots of water, get enough sleep, put on your sunscreen. It's not about the cream. It's not about what you put on your face. And also let the skin breathe. Very important.
Yeah, from time to time.
Yeah, I can't for this podcast I have my face be done, but I can't go to bed. I have to wash off my face.
It has to come out.
Everything has to come off, and yeah. Okay, cool. Let me see if I have another question for you. Would you ever post a gym fail?
What do you mean by gym fail?
So I have gym fails like every now and then. Like maybe let's say you're doing like trying to use okay, you're doing squats, right? And maybe you forget to put the clip on the on the plate, and then it trips, right?
Oh dear.
And let's say you were like shooting content already,
Yeah.
and then you captured that. Would you post that? Because I post that, and I think it's hilarious.
Well, I would. I
Okay.
would
You
actually.
would, okay.
Because
But I think you're too careful, so you probably never have fails.
well, I am careful, but
Right.
at the same time, i- one even as careful as one can be
Yeah.
would make a mistake.
Mhm.
So if you put something like that out there, it just makes people understand that they need to be
Yeah.
very careful when you're playing with weights. Because as much as we love weights,
Mhm.
you can die
Mhm. Yeah.
from a bad injury, or you can really hurt yourself, and there goes your training for life.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I had an experience once where I was squatting and a trainer was behind me. He wasn't there to like support me. He wasn't there to support me. He was there to shoot my content. So he was
Yeah.
videoing and I had the thing up. I think I forgot to put the clip,
oh dear,
right?
the
But
plate.
because the plates, yeah, but because so I didn't clip the thing in there to hold it. But because my shoulders are really strong, so the thing went this way. But I was able, so it fell. I think I had like 220s, right? So 40 kg. Then of course
The bar
the
itself.
bar itself like 20 pounds or 50
The
pounds,
Olympic.
something like that. And you know our gym, our plates are Olympic plates. They're not like
Yeah.
rubber.
Yeah.
And the thing fell, and the whole gym. Are you okay? Are you okay? But I had already like my shoulder was able to hold onto it. So I got that in video and I posted it, right? Just to tell people that listen, when you're racking up your weights,
Yeah.
look, you might think that you put it, or somebody just worked out and still check that those clips are there. So now when I'm working out and I see somebody about to like squat and I don't see the clips, I usually go to them and be like,
Yeah.
oh, hey,
Have your flip.
you should have your clip on.
Especially with those kinds of chests.
Yeah.
The chest press.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
squats and things like that.
Yeah.
You should.
Okay.
Definitely.
All right. So my final quick fire question for you is therapy. Yes or no? What do you think?
Therapy.
Yeah.
Again, can you define, please?
Um, like, what's your take on like going to therapy? We're in a country where it's not like
Okay, like mental.
mental. Yeah.
Oh, no. I absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Big yes.
Okay.
Because your mental health
Yeah.
is important. Nukodia really has. Sometimes you just need sometimes therapy. Sometimes can just be somebody, not necessarily like a professional. It could be just somebody who who tells you something or says something in a way that changes your perception about what you're thinking or how you feel.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely
Okay.
therapy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, see, it wasn't that bad.
It was.
Oh, great. All right. So that ends it right there. Thank you. Well, guys, thank you so much. And now you know that age is not a weakness. And thank you so much to Alice for being a part of this podcast. I had an amazing time.
So did I.
Guys, make sure you follow her on Instagram. I'm going to tag her. She's amazing. She actually does classes at my gym as well. What's that class? The new one you started?
Drum fire.
Drum fire. All right. So and also make sure you go subscribe my YouTube and follow on Spotify. And this is the end of it. Thank you so much, guys. I had a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I too.
Yeah. All right. Bye. You're listening to the Fetish Podcast, where we keep it cute, a little sweaty, and very real.